This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Tyler Denny here in London. Tyler, before we come on to the obvious, how you doing? How you feeling after the past weekend?
Exhausted, I think mentally. It's been mental, but I'm feeling great, man. I'm in a great place. Life couldn't be better right now.
It seems it must have been quite a whirlwind, say 72 to 96 hours for yourself. You come away with the biggest victory of your career so far against Felix Cash. Eddie Hearn's continued to make the joke of you've become a bigger star from his show. And now you come into another massive fight, Hamzah Sheeraz. Just how quickly did all of this develop, and where did it all start from and come from?
From say Saturday night, won the fight, nothing, just enjoyed myself, chilling. I had a phone call Sunday about it, and even then it was nothing. It was a bit more of a rumour, really. Then Monday, I spoke to Ben Shaddam, and then I thought, oh, it's definitely, don't say it's definitely happened, but there's definitely some truth to it. And then there's loads of talks Monday and Tuesday. Went a bit quiet a bit, and then had a phone call about 10:30 on Tuesday night saying, it's on. You got to be in London tomorrow. I was like, whoa, I'm there.
It's quite strange when you think about it, because I say strange, but in a parallel universe, if you will, at one point there was talks of Amma Williams, or the deal was agreed for Amma Williams and Felix Cash to fight. Hamzah Sheeraz beat Amma Williams. You beat Felix Cash, and you two are crossing paths now.
Yeah, and that's why I don't get carried away with certain things. And people have always said to me, what's next after the Shiraz fight? And you cannot look like that. I remember I was getting loads of tags in. Felix Cash must have piped up on one night and giving Amma Williams before that fight saying you're next or whatever. And I was thinking, you're not going nowhere, Cash. You're not fighting. I don't know. You're not going to be fighting these guys after I've dealt with you. But if you can still fight them straight away, then fair enough. But you can't be looking at other fights, man. You got to focus on what's next, because the other fights will never happen if that's the case.
For yourself, those fights do keep happening though, and with Hamzah Sheeraz himself, I've just listened in on your phone interview there, and you said that you feel that he's the number one domestically at light middleweight. Sorry, not light at middleweight. What makes you think that? What makes you think that Hamzah Sheeraz is the best 160 pounder in the UK?
You look at his performances, I think he's got 13 or 14 KOs in a row. Amo Williams one was a massive fight where you think, oh, he's going to win this, and he won convincingly, didn't he? He's got some good names on his record. But so have I as well, to be fair. And I think his last performance was a world-class performance against a great operator. But I'm the European champion, and I've just beat a guy who was meant to be. I was meant to be the warm-up fight, remember? His words himself, and then he's on to world level. So I've just beat the guy who was going on to world level. So surely you got to put me at world level now.
You're used to being the underdog going into these fights, certainly with the bookies. Same with this past weekend, Felix Cash was a relatively decent favourite with the bookies. I imagine, be the underdog going into Hamzah Sheeraz fight. Do you thrive off that? Does that bother you at all? Especially now you're on such a good run of form.
I like it, to be fair, and I've been that busy that I forgot to we got some other friends. They owe me a few drinks, I think. They owe me a few drinks, and on the way home, I'm going to be messaging them then for some collections. Nah, no, I know where they live. I'll be at the door. It's nice, man. Underdog, favourite, it makes no difference. I keep the underdog mentality anyway. Probably a good job because I have no choice. But that's my mentality into camps and stuff. And I know Shiraz is the name, but I'm the champion. And I'll be boxing there like I am the champion, like with the Felix Cash one. I took the centre of the ring from the get-go and showing why I'm the champion, man.
You fought taller, rangier fighters previously on this run of form, not necessarily to the same ilk of, say, Hamzah Sheeraz, but River Wilson Bent was taller. Brad Ray was taller, Do you feel like those performances, those fights you can look back on them and take little things for them in preparation for Hamzah Sheeraz?
Maybe, yeah, maybe. But I think, like you say, Shiraz is 1, 2, 3 levels above. Do you know what I mean? But that's good for me because that keeps me on my toes. Do you know what I mean? If I wouldn't do it anyway because I think everyone's my hardest fight ever. Do you know what I mean? But if I was feeling like, even like deep down in my head, I was thinking he's not as good, then maybe you might take it off, switch off a bit. But I've got to be on top of my game. But I feel like if I turn up 100%, which I will do, I'm winning.
That comes into my next question. I know you don't want to give too much away, but when you envision this fight now and you start to go into more of a breakdown of the fight with your team, how do you expect to see it play out? What do you have to do to kind of overcome Hamzah Sheeraz's best attributes?
It's mad, really, because obviously I believe I'm going to win by any means necessary, but I've not even had the time to even think about him for a second. Like, do you know what I mean? But obviously, going off watching his fights, not watching his fights as an opponent now, so I look at him differently now when I re-watch him and stuff. But there's always chinks. Do you know what I mean? People seen the second round against Samo Williams. He's got a drop before the Bradley Skeet fight. I'm sure, listen, he could watch my fights and probably name more than them. Do you know what I mean? But that's what makes boxing fun. That, you know, there's always pros and cons in every fighter, and it's up to me to exploit them.
People with Hamzah, up until probably that Amma Williams fight, were somewhat kind of watching him thinking at some point he's going to fall short, but he's continued to upset the odds in his own career as well. Is it a surprise to you to see kind of where he's at with his own career now?
Not really. I've always rated him. I think, like I said, I think he's got all the attributes and everything to go on. But I rate myself more. Do you know what I mean? I rate myself more. And that's what's going to be a good fight. He's full of confidence. I'm full of confidence. It's not going to be like a weary fight where someone to be nervous about anything. We both believe. He truly believes he's going to win. I truly believe I'm going to win. So that's the ingredients for a good fight already. Wembley Stadium in the mix. Anti-Joshua Dubois on the card. It doesn't get much bigger than that, does it? I can't think of another possibility where it could be any bigger. I don't know what I could add to it. Do you know what I mean? It's massive.
Civic not standing up to that?
Well, that's what I mean. I love the Civic Hall, I love Resorts World. Resorts World the other day, I've just beat Felix Cash. That was the biggest night of my life for about one day. And then this is the biggest, it's not happened yet, but wow. Do you know what I mean? You have to kind of pinch yourself at Wembley Stadium. So my son's mad into football, and I was telling him yesterday morning, I'm going to fight at Wembley Stadium. He couldn't grasp it. He said, like, no, Dad, you can't fight there, that's football. Do you know what I mean? I was like, son, listen, I'll be fighting there. And it's mad stories to tell. It's something that's going to live with me for the rest of my life. I love the Civic stuff, I love the Resorts World stuff, but this is just a whole nother level.
Tyler, I know a lot of people love your ring walk tune, Infiltrate. Have you thought about that playing out at Wembley?
Wembley State. We need to get Sean Paul over here, man.
If anyone could do it, it seems to be Turkey can do it.
Yeah, exactly, man. We get a petition going or something. Can you imagine? But regardless of that, he's just going to be unreal, man. The whole place is going to be rocking.
How difficult is it to kind of think about that, and especially in the moment? I know you're not there yet, but when you're there in the moment, to actually be able to take it all in, knowing that you're on your way to the biggest fight of your career.
Every fight I have, I know the occasion, obviously I'm not at Wembley Stadium, but every fight they have is always the biggest fight of my career, especially the last 10 minutes in a row. But I embrace it, man. Do you know what I mean? No one can say you have to watch me the ring walks. I'm not nervous, am I? Do you know what I mean? I love the tunes. It gets me going, man. I feel like Kanye West said, gets the people going. It does, and I just full of confidence walk to that ring. And I'm confident because I know what I've done. I've got Paula now all onto me in camp, like the next 12 weeks or whatever it is. They'll be onto me, and I'll go into that ring knowing what I've done. And I see it as like it's his opportunity to show how good I am.
I spoke to Liam Smith yesterday, and he said that he thinks that depending on how his fight with Josh Kelly plays out, and obviously how your fight with Hamzah plays out, he can see a scenario where if he wins and Hamzah wins, those two clash. Obviously, in your case, say if you win, do you think you might fight the winner of Liam Smith and Josh Kelly?
I mean, potentially, but I don't look past. I can't look past Hamzah Sheeraz. I've said before, man, I'd fight anyone, especially them chucking these sort of monies at me. Like, wow, just to fight, like not just to fight Hamzah Sheeraz, but I'd fight fucking Anthony Joshua if I wanted to. I mean, it wouldn't go well down for me. I know that much. Do you know what I mean? So it's a no-brainer. I'll fight all of them.
I know it's win at all costs, and that's the only thing that's on your mind now. But I had this conversation with Josh Warrington yesterday, and I said to him, the one thing that we've seen since the introduction of Saudi Arabia into boxing and Turkey El Al Sheikh is that, provided that you perform well and you're entertaining, he's quite insistent on bringing you back onto their shows. If it wasn't to be your night at Wembley, is it on your mind to at least make sure you give it your all, you're entertaining, so that more opportunities could well be presented to you moving forwards with them?
No.
Is that just a pessimistic outlook?
No, I can't look at it like that. Like you say, it's win at all costs. I'm not here to do well and have a go. Do you know what I mean? That's no way. I'm here to. It's my belt. I've got a lot of pride in that belt. I'm the champion. It's as simple as that. You're not taking what's mine. It's my pride over anything. Do you know what I mean? As much as how great it is Wembley Stadium or whatever, if you told me you could fight at Wembley Stadium in front of 90, 100,000 people, and you could have a go and do well, get a pat on the back or lose and all that, I'd rather fight for free. Generally, I'd rather fight for free on Walsall Town Hall and win and keep my belt, because I might regret it the week after, but at the time, my pride, do you know what I mean, it's do or die time.
Tyler, it certainly seems like those nights at Walsall Town Hall are long gone now.
Yeah, I hope so. Everyone's trying to get me back for the Christmas cracker show or something. Do you know what I mean, headlining a 6-rounder, but that's boxing for you. You see people, you know, I don't say that now, so I don't be disrespectful, but you know, the people are up there next thing, you know, them doing 6-rounders because they've took a loss, and it's hard, man. This hard sport. It's proper games of snakes and ladders, and you can be up there, then boom, lost, you back down there. So that's why you have got to enjoy it while it's happening, and I'm living my best life at the minute. Do you know what I mean? Out in bloody Hilton hotels and stuff. Wembley Stadium. You couldn't make it up. You couldn't write it, man. You couldn't write it.
You know what will top it all off, Tyler? A mixed grill.
Mixed grill. Well, this is the problem. We've been organised. Even Saturday, we was on about mixed grill next week, and then this has caught. We thought, I don't know what to do yet. But we're definitely going to sort one out. We need to. But like I said, I'm an all or nothing sort of guy. I'm not going there and only having half of it. I want to go there where I can enjoy it, feel guilt-free, and have the lot.
It's the only way to be, Tyler, when it comes to the beautiful mixed grills on offer around where we live. But listen, I'm leaving you now to enjoy the rest of your day. You've had a busy week or so now, so I'm sure you want to have a bit of downtime, a bit of chill time. Enjoy your time away with your better half, and I'll speak to you soon.
That's all. Thank you.